So I've been playing a lot of Viper during this Valorant beta. She's come to be like one of my favorite characters so far. And I'm just going to be sharing 7 one-way smokes with you guys for the map split. I'm going to be starting on A, going to mid, and then moving on to B. Not all of these I've found on my own, so if I didn't discover these, I'll give credit to the people who did in the description. As well, there will be timestamps for each smoke thrown in the description. So if you want to skip along to a different part of the video, feel free to do so. Alright, so starting off on the A site, this is going to be a one-way to control ult orb a little bit. You're going to line yourself up against this pillar right along the edge, and you're going to want to aim at the corner of where this line and this line meet up, and you're going to aim a little bit down. Go ahead and left click, and that's going to land right on the edge there. Now when you pop this one way, it's going to give you a little bit of vision of people coming in. I like this one just because from their point of view you can't really see much and might let you get a free kill. It's not too difficult to throw. Maybe practice it a couple times and you should be good to go. And it's really nice because you can just simply jump and get your smoke back. Alright, next up we got a one-way for upper ramp here. You're going to back yourself up into the corner. You're going to want to aim right there where this line and this line meet up. And as soon as the warm-up ends, just going to left click. What that's going to do is it's going to land right on the ledge there. And with this one way, you could sit back here, get some easy frags as they come out. Like this one, because from their perspective, they're going to be coming up. They cannot see anything. And by the time they can, you're already taking shots at them. With this smoke, you can jump from here, and you should be able to get it back. Alright, moving along, the next one way you got is over this door frame right here. What you're going to do is you're going to line up on the corner of these pieces of tape. You're going to aim where this line and this line meet up, right there. Now this one's a bit tricky. You're going to jump and right click throw, but you're going to right click at the apex of your jump, and it should land just like that. It's not too hard to learn, but once you get it pretty consistently, and it gives you this nice line of sight against anyone coming up upper ramp.
Poison's off.
Show you what it looks like from their perspective.
Poison orb emitting.
They're coming up, maybe check that. And as you can see, it's really hard for them to spot any part of you if they're checking. If they're not going to see you at all, and should be some easy kills. Now with this one, the only downside is you cannot get your smoke back, so use this wisely. Alright, this next smoke is for mid, and it lets you see anyone coming out from sewers, maybe trying to get the ult orb. Now you have to throw this one during warm-up phase. What you're going to do is get yourself into the corner here, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3 on this third rectangle. You're going to put your crosshair right on the edge of this wall and in the middle, and a little bit out to the right so that you don't hit it. And as soon as warm-up ends, you could simply left click, and that'll land right on top of the box.
Poison orb emitting.
It's not the best one way, but it at least lets you see people's feet as they're coming out. Maybe from here, maybe from here. If they're going for the ult orb.
Poison's off.
Show you what it looks like from their perspective.
Poison orb
They're coming out
emitting.
here. They're not going to be able to see you at all. Closest they can see you is once they get right out here into the open. Drop my ghost there so you can see where it'll end up.
Poison orb
For you,
emitting.
you'll be able to see them, or sorry, they'll be able to see you when they're at my ghost, but obviously you could see them way before then, so it's decent and not too hard to throw. This next one's a little bit tricky to get right, but once you do, it becomes pretty useful. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put yourself in this corner. You're gonna aim at the top right of that little wooden beam sticking out and a bit to the right, and then up where these two colors contrast and meet. You can line this up during warm-up, but the only issue is that you can't throw it during warm-up. Once it ends, you're simply going to left click. That's going to land right on the edge of this wooden beam. When you pop this, you can see people hiding in the corner back there, trying to get ult orb maybe pushing up mid.
Poison's off.
From their perspective, coming up, they cannot see anything whatsoever. Even if they crouch down, just no vision. Closest they'll have vision is if they come out here. Drop my ghost down to let you see what it looks like. So my ghost is right there. That's the closest they can see you. You can see them all the way from back here. Very useful. The only downside is it's a bit tricky to throw, and obviously you cannot claim back your smoke after you throw it. This one way is for mid going into heaven. It's a bit niche. Might not be super useful, but could be good to know what you're going to do. Just line up right on the edge of this, and if you look really closely, you can see a black dot on the wall right there. You're just going to aim at that black dot and right click. This is going to pop right on top of this door frame here. You could throw it during warm-up, obviously, and what it's going to let you see, if I pop it from way back here, you can see people coming in, maybe trying to get into ropes, going to A. From their perspective, if they're coming up mid, maybe they just grabbed orb. First of all, it's going to be really hard for them to even guess that you're there. I wouldn't expect anyone to be aiming at it. Probably just going to be running into ropes going A. But if they do decide to look, they have very, very little vision of you. You can just barely see above there. It's pretty nice to use. Only problem is you can't get it back after you throw it, so keep that in mind. Moving on to the B site, this is one of the more useful smokes I've found. What you're going to want to do is push yourself into this corner. The lineup is going to be along this metal beam and this metal beam. Imagining there's a line there, you're going to aim about in the middle and a little bit down. Bring out your smoke and left click. What that's going to do is get your smoke stuck in that beam right there. You can throw it during warm up, and what it's going to let you do is if anyone's pushing through B long, you're going to have a nice one way to see them before they could see you. Show you what it looks like from their point of view. They're coming in here. Not a whole lot of you that they can see. Maybe if you're playing back there, they can, or if they're from way back here, they might be able to see a bit better. But for the most part, this is going to be a really nice one way. And you can pick it up after you're done using it. Alright, just as a bonus, this isn't a one-way smoke, but just a very, very useful one to know. Now you can't throw it during warm-up, but I mean if you're on attacker side, no one's going to be pushing that soon. What you're going to want to do is get up against this wall and push yourself into the corner of this generator, I'm guessing. And you're going to aim the second symbol up into the middle of this beam and this beam, right in the middle. Once you got that, you're going to left click. This is going to pop heaven with 0 vision for the enemy. Unless, I mean, maybe they're on like the balcony here of heaven. But if they're actually heaven, 0 vision. Couple this with some other smokes and walls could be a really good way to get on the B site. From a defender's perspective, as you can see, they have 0 vision of you coming out. From this wall as well, they can't see anything. They are on this balcony, they have a little bit of room to see you. The particles from your smoke sort of block their vision, but I mean I would still check this just because you never know, they could be playing there.